Hey guys, Andrew from Black Panel Press here, and today I'm going to cover something that you've been asking me about, which is how much can we expect to make from our comics or graphic novel projects. So I'll go over what are the most common costs by different distribution channels like Amazon or Ingram or on your own website. Okay, so keep watching. Alright, so we're going to take a look here at an Excel sheet that I created to help understand what the profit will look like from various distribution channels. Okay, so we have here Amazon, Diamond, Ingram, and website sales. Those are just a few. I mean, you can sell through different channels. So I'm going to use a book that we published called The Corsair, which I'll show you here quickly. This is about a 70-page softcover graphic novel that's originally hand-painted in watercolor. Okay, so pretty cool art, as you can see there. It's a lot of colorful art style. And this is kind of a historical fiction, but mixed with fantasy kind of story. Alright, so that's what we'll be using as our frame of reference here. So what we have is a price of $19.99. We're going to do, that's going to be US dollars. Okay. So everything I do is with US dollars, because generally with Amazon, Diamond, Ingram, everything's based on US dollars. So let's take a look here. So we have our first via Amazon. We have $20 price, royalties. So this is paid to the artist. In my case, I am paying a 10% royalty rate. So if you are the artist, then you don't have to worry about this because basically you'll be receiving that. But if you're working with a publisher, or if you have to pay your artist, if in case that you're a writer or creator that's paying an artist royalty, then this can give you a good guide. You can change the amount up here, the royalty rate, so you can see how this changes. If I change it to 5%, right, that goes down to $1. So usually I'm paying around 10%. Okay, so that's your royalty. Amazon fees, there are various fees. I've estimated them at about $5. So what we have there is several fees. One is a variable fee, another one is a closing fee, and then finally a label fee. So I've summarized these all together here, and it equals about $5. Some are variable and some are fixed rate. Okay, so about $5. The shipping is also about $5. That will vary as well based on the weight and the size of the book. And the printing is about $4.70. And for this book, I have used a digital printer based in Canada, which has very good prices for low print runs, starting at about 100 copies up to about 500. Okay. And part of my self-publishing course will go over different types of printers and how you can try to save on your print jobs. Okay, so that will come a little bit later in an email. And then so this gives us a net income of $3.29. So a couple things to keep in mind here. On Amazon, you do have to advertise your book in order to get sales for the most part. Unless you have something that's very popular and you can get organic sales through searches. You'll have to budget something for advertising, and then other fixed costs. So you may have costs like, for me, I have my website, which I maintain. I also have a subscription to Adobe, so Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, etc., which I use for formatting comics. So for me, my business is very light. Try not to have too much overhead. So just keep it to a few subscriptions. I have one for accounting, one for website, one for, and that kind of thing. Okay, so the next one we have is Diamond, and as you may know, they're the largest comic and graphic novel distributor, at least in the US and Canada, but probably in the world, because they're one of the only ones that focus exclusively on comics and graphic novels. So we want to keep the price generally the same, because if you don't, then that can sometimes rub your distributors the wrong way. They might not want to carry your comics or graphic novels if they know that you're selling it for much less somewhere else. There are some, with the exception of the website, because I do like to offer a small discount on the website. Okay, royalties are the same, about $2, because it's based off the cover price. The discount here is going to be 60% off the cover price, so you're going to make only 40%. Okay, and so Diamond takes 60% because there's a lot of people to pay at Diamond, as well as the retailers that are going to carry your book in store, and all the people that are involved in the logistics of getting your book on the shelf. Okay, shipping is going to be less. Generally, when Diamond orders, you're going to ship it all the orders to one place rather than individually to customers. Okay, so usually this is $1.73 is what I've estimated for this book. This is based on about 100 books ordered from Diamond and shipped. It's not uncommon that can be a little bit higher, and it's also not uncommon that it could be quite a bit lower. So that varies quite a bit, but this is an estimate for now. Printing I've estimated at $4.70 for now across the board. So with Diamond, I actually come out at a loss at about 43 cents lost per book sold. Once I add in, if I do any advertising with Diamond, they do give you the option to do that, but it's not mandatory, and you can sell pretty well without it. And your other fixed costs, so that can be a pretty negative result here. Okay. Next one we have is Ingram. So Ingram, again, $20, same royalty, a little bit less on the wholesale discount. They usually take about 55% discount, but you can actually specify if you'd like to change that discount and offer a lower discount, say of 40%. And what you'll have to keep in mind is the retailers are used to 55% discount, so that might affect the number of sales you make of that book if you offer a lower discount to them. But they do give you that option, so if it's a popular book or something that people are going to want to have in stores, then you can consider lowering your discount, and that can work pretty well. Shipping, again, with the shipping costs, you're actually not shipping those books. Ingram is going to ship for you. Okay. But your printing costs are going to be a little bit higher. I'll be around $6 here. So this is an estimate, and I'm going to provide you with a couple of links that you can use to get a more accurate estimate based on your project. So we have a net income of about $1. All right. So keep in mind that one of the ways that you can avoid losing any money, or you can increase your profit per sale, is reducing this printing cost as much as possible. So there's a lot of different ways you can do that by using offset printers, for example, is one method. That's much larger scale printing that will bring down your unit costs. Or you can have your printing funded through some other source, like through Kickstarter or through some other financing that's not your own money. If you do that, then you can see that, say, if I was able to launch successfully on Kickstarter, and then that paid for all of the printing for this book, well, I can remove the printing costs from here, and I can see that, well, with Diamond now, I'm going to be making $4.27 per book sold. Okay, so that's a way of maximizing your profits if you're able to fund that printing up front. And the last, but not least, certainly, because it's my favorite way to sell, is the website. So through your own audience or your own platform is going to be the best way to sell books over the long term if you can build an audience and be able to attract people back to your platform over and over again. The reason is because Amazon, Diamond, Ingram, they all change over time. They all limit your profitability, but on the website you control your profitability. So most of the time on the website I'm going to offer a small discount versus buying in store on Amazon, so I'll do probably, we'll call it a 10% discount at the moment. So we'll charge $17.99 for this book instead. Brings down your royalties a little bit because that is variable. You are going to pay a bit more for shipping for the most part, because you're not going to have the advantages of shipping larger quantities as you would with Diamond. You're also not going to have the volume advantage that Amazon has and is able to offer lower shipping costs. Okay. Your printing cost is going to be the same. This gives you so far the highest net income, but not by a whole lot. You can see it's $3.49, and Amazon gives us $3.29, 43 cents, dollar, etc. So that's just a general overview of the four kind of main platforms that we use at Black Panel Press, and probably are going to be the most accessible for you. All right, so let's take a look at a website platform that we have at Black Panel Press. So here's our website, and we have some information about our books and everything. And you can also buy all of our graphic novels on the website. So we use WooCommerce with WordPress to create our e-commerce store, and we do sell some graphic novels and on this site. So something to keep in mind is that it can be very difficult to maintain an e-commerce store. First, it can be a bit technical. I recommend using Shopify, and you can build your entire website on Shopify and maintain your store. It's very easy to use, very intuitive, and it also has less tendency to break than WordPress, so I recommend that. But in any sense, it can be difficult to build a customer base that'll buy from you on your website. Why is that? Well, there's a reason that people buy from Amazon and from bookstores like Barnes & Noble and things. It's because those are larger names that they know and they trust, right? So even though a comic or graphic novel is not very pricey, at most usually $20 to $30, it's not the financial risk that people consider psychological. It's, I don't want to spend time reading this book that's not going to be of high quality or that I'm not going to like. So there's that psychological risk there with people, and that's why they tend to go towards those more established channels to purchase comics. But it's not to say that it can't be done. It has been, and if you can build a connection with your audience and make sure that you're adding a lot of value for them, you can definitely keep them coming back to your website and buying from you directly. And I think that's the best case scenario. So now that we've done that, we can also look at a calculator over a couple different calculators. So there's a few print-on-demand platforms that will allow you to print as few as one copy of your book up to several hundred. And I usually like to start there to get an idea of what the book is going to cost me. Even if I'll end up using an offset printer at a larger scale, then this will give me an idea of kind of a base level of what I'll pay. So I'll just do premium color, and I'll do 72 pages. Okay. Remember that we always need to have a multiple of 4, so 72 divided by 4 is 18, right? So we're good. And I'll put it up for $19.99, as we've said. Now I'll calculate. So what do we have? Well, as you can see through Amazon's Kindle program, you can print the book. Your list price, same as we have talked about, $20. Your minimum list price from Amazon, we're certainly going to be above that. The printing cost at Amazon will charge us $5.89, which is a little bit higher than what we budgeted for because we would normally be using a different printer. And the estimated royalty. So that's if you use Amazon to do everything. So we're not that interested in that. We're more interested in just looking at the unit cost for printing, which is $5.89. Okay. Another one you can use is Lulu Express. Right, so you can also select, so it gives you more options here. So you can select, say 7 by 10, 72 pages again, premium color. You can select, usually a thicker paper is good, but I'll go with the basic option for now. I'll choose the paperback instead of a hardcover, and then we'll just choose matte. So this will pump out a we do have to log in here, so I'll go ahead and do. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna continue. Okay, this one it's 6 by 9, premium color, 60 white, basic option, paperback, matte. Well, let's wait and see what we have here. Ooh, $17.50 per copy. So Lulu Express is not going to be a great option. Last one we'll do is Ingram Print Cost Calculator. Okay. So I'll do trim size 6 by 9. Color, premium color, so we have a good comparison. We'll do paperback. Matte cover like we selected before. Page count is going to remain at 72. And then I'll just put in this. Ingram allows you to add a quantity so that you can understand if you're going to receive a quantity discount. Okay, so I'm going to ship to United States, and I'm going to ship to New York State, and this is one of the locations where Diamond accepts shipments from. And 0001, I know that's a New York postal code. I don't know exactly where it is, but we'll calculate that and it'll give us a estimate of where we can start. Okay, so unit selling price there, a bit similar to Amazon, a little bit higher. Usually I would prefer to go with Ingram over Amazon. I have found the quality to be a bit higher. And if you print a larger quantity, they'll give you a better quantity discount. Okay, so $6.36 in total per unit. And then you have your shipping estimate and everything here. Alright, so those are a few options. I'll put those links in the description, and you can use those to estimate the cost of your print job, along with the calculator that I showed you earlier, to get an idea of how much you'll be able to make from your project. Okay, so keep in mind, again, as I mentioned, as much as you can, have that those print jobs financed, be able to do larger print runs if possible, and give yourself as much time as possible, because usually the printers that are the lowest cost are the ones that are in Asia or overseas and are going to take sometimes 2 to 3 months to deliver. So if you can set yourself up that way, then you give yourself an advantage in terms of the printing costs, and that's really the majority of your costs, so that can help enhance your profit. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for more videos from Black Panel Press.